Yo, what's good? It's Skano from the gutter. Something I realized about white America is things get sketchy in this country. You always find a way to blame black America, you know, whether it's economic crisis, health crisis, global warming. White person's dog gets sick, they gotta euthanize it. They wanna go shoot up a black school. So this Caucasoid, this Neanderthal, Zachary Newell, out of North Carolina, the great state of Carolina, if you're a redneck. He says he was going to go shoot up a grade school full of black kids. Yeah, 20 kids. He wanted 20 black hats. And the feds ran up in his spot. Went online, and fuck around and found out. But how disgusting is that? How utterly despicable and cowardly and disturbed, you know. All the shit that's going on. What and these people vote. So never mind that as more and more info comes out on this Kirk shooter. Well, as I said before, is a white male, also right wing, MAGA supporter. So this shit just gets more and more, twisted. So how has this got anything to do with FBAs though? But like I said, anytime shit get shaky in America, we become the primary target. But it's crazy, man. And how is this for Arnie though? The same day, that this dude Kirk got lined up, there was a school shooting in Denver. 3 critically injured, at a local high school. Shooter, unalived, deleted, got his clock unplugged. People even still got digital clocks. But yeah, and he wasn't no GD or BD, wasn't no Crip, no heartless felon. The usual suspect. So, what I'm starting to realize, the more I, delve into political affairs, because I'm not gonna lie, for a while, nothing outside of the hood really mattered. I mean, you were aware of these things, but it's like, a distant star. You see it, but it's not as real as them street lights when they come on. But the more I start to understand about politics, these politicians really ain't much different than the gangsters y'all demonize. They really aren't, you know what I'm saying? So all the talk on, inner city crime, the violence, it is definitely an issue, you know. And like I said, predominantly black on black crime don't really affect no one outside of our communities. But these politicians, they just as savage, They some different type of savages. Because, it's not just, the people in proximity, They playing with all our lives. And as I said, we see, if you haven't known, but you know now, what's going on. All this, you got Fox News commentators, Trump himself, in the forefront, gaslighting, calling for right wingers, to act out in light of this, this Kirk assassination. And it's like, these are your political leaders, man. You know what I'm saying? How are they any different than the gangsters? you know. Like I said, they playing with all our lives. And make no mistakes, man. They just as savage, you know. They got to cut costs. They got to cut spending. You know what I'm saying? Cut federal spending. You know, take away benefits from people that need it the most to push a different agenda. They'll do it in a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? Move economically in different countries. You know, economic sanctions that'll starve out an entire generation. You know what I'm saying? They'll do it in a heartbeat. You know, order a strike, you know, against a civilian population and somewhere across the planet that you ain't never heard of to push their agenda. The white government, they gonna push the button. I mean, so you tell me, man, who's the real savages? Yeah, I guess it depends on your perspective. No ops left Skano. Y'all already know.